doing it. Hopefully this shit is records. Fucking is. It's recording. So I told you guys that Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP would tell me if the deal or if the market wasn't gonna rally. By market, I mean the S&P 500. With Ethereum, there was a 3 monthly that it just broke, and there was a 50 Fibonacci in the weekly that it was hanging above that is now just broke. And these were the early signs that Ethereum was telling me that if we get bad news with whether it be whatever it is that make the S&P come back down, whether it be the deal not happening today and it's gonna be pushed to the weekend, or we attacked or they attacked us, Ethereum and Bitcoin are and XRP are gonna let us know. So right here, I'm gonna put my crayons, and this is my 50 weekly Fibonacci right here, and the dotted purple line is the 3 monthly. So notice how this whole time since the 17th, it's been hanging here the whole time. And then knowing that today is a big day because it's the whole, hey, we made an agreement and hooray, United States. Then on Monday, I can go and brag about how I stopped the war that I started and so on and whatnot. But if it starts going down, then that's telling me that the deal didn't come through. What could happen is the deal didn't come through today, and um, he's gonna push it to the weekend, and you're gonna see Ethereum get back in here by the end of today or close in between here for the day. You'll see it come back and breaking the 3 monthly and getting back in between here 2104 and 2018 is gonna be your Friday over Saturday type of shit. Um, if we do come back down here again, your whole goal now is going to be breaking above this crucial 50 Fibonacci slash 3 monthly support that you were hanging above. To continue with this, you're gonna have to get back in there. So let me see XRP, because XRP was warning me first. We can see this is the area. This is my danger, my fuck, and my mayday zone. Why? Because when you go to your 3 monthly, 12 monthly, so we don't got nothing here, right? 6 monthly, no support, no resistance. 3 monthly, we got a 3 monthly support, and we got a 3 monthly support right here. Support right here too. Monthly wise, we got support down here. Weekly wise, yeah, down here. So we're hanging between this right here. And once we break this, the next stop is going to be down here. It's going to fluctuate down here in the 110s, 120 area. That's why that's crucial. See how long these are weeks. Since February, we've been stuck here in this range. That's why if this fails and so look for XRP, so this is the 3 monthly that I'm talking about. So we're gonna come down here, either close inside of this box, and then close either here at 132. Your worst is 130, but my whole point is that Well, most likely gonna close anywhere from 133 to 132. Is that what it is? Yeah, 132. And then Friday, let me go to a forward candle. And then Friday night into Saturday, we're gonna try to break on here. And then Sunday is gonna be a real move. Why Sunday? Because first of all, Sunday is your last day of the week for crypto. Um, at 3 o'clock Sunday p.m. Arizona time is when Sunday at 3 p.m. is when futures open, but Sunday at 3 is halfway in between of the last halfway of so the last forward candle for crypto is from 1 to 5 p.m. Half of that is your 2:45, 3:30. Since futures opens on Sunday around 3 p.m., that's also when you have a lot of money coming into the market again too from futures, and also you're coming a lot because it's at the end, so there's a lot of volume coming in and whatnot, and it's the last day of the week and the beginning of the market. So it tells you how the market is feeling at the same time, how the S&P is feeling. That's why you'll see more movement Sunday morning going on to Sunday night. Sunday morning, I mean Saturday night going into Sunday morning. Saturday night going to Sunday morning, you're gonna see a lot more movement because from Friday to Saturday, especially after having some sort of breakout, giving you signs of how the market is feeling, is gonna end up breaking up here, trying to go back here from Saturday to Sunday, and then start rallying. If we keep this lower pressure here at what is it, $1.35, and we just stay below there and just keep with this pressure, we're gonna most likely go down. And especially if we get inside of this box of this consolidating range, especially if we get stuck below 140 and we never go back above it, we just stick with this, we're gonna continue going on down. So again, 135 is cool, but you want to get inside and get to 137, 138 Saturday. It's Saturday, Sunday, but we'll see in how this deal goes. See, that's why this, and also see we're coming to the end of the market. The market's gonna close at 1, but either Trump or whoever's gonna tweet something about this deal. I want to see what it was. If it was really bad, you're gonna see the S&P look like that too, or half of that. Because that's why I like Ethereum. Ethereum will tell you what move it's more dramatic, whereas Bitcoin is less calmer. It takes more for Bitcoin. See how Bitcoin hasn't really broken its support, whereas Ethereum broke its support of the consolidating range where it was at. So it tells me that this war is either gonna escalate till the weekend, and you're gonna see more Ethereum come back down more. Let me see what is more resistance. Yeah, we're gonna come back down even more and close in this range by 5. If not, we're gonna pull back in here and be close here at 5 as we get some sort of tweet. But as we get this more fear and Ethereum goes down, then you'll see Bitcoin go to the bottom. You'll see Ethereum break that and go to the bottom right here. But let me check the S&P 500. There's nothing I was expecting. Yep, 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 yep. Wall Street is down, hits records high as Middle East hopes again, hopes again, hopes, hopes. So this is what I was expecting the market was going to do. So my dumbass woke up late at what time did I wake up? At 6:30. So let me break it down what I did. So just look at the big picture again, the story. Last week's story was, hey, we don't really got data, but on Wednesday and Thursday, our president's gonna go to China. He's gonna tell him who's the boss, and he's taking his guys, and he's gonna make the deal, and chips and Nvidia and this and that. So traders go in. Hell yeah, new all-time highs, excitement. What happens over in the nighttime? Oh shit, yields, you guys, yields are too high. So the market comes down, liquidates all these fuckers that were fucking going on buys like crazy because of the president. And then next week is like, all right, cool. Well, wait, this week again, we don't got week Monday and Tuesday, so markets are gonna be just stabilizing, rallying ish or whatnot. Because why? Because Wednesday was your Nvidia day, so the market was gonna start rallying from Tuesday night to Wednesday. The FOMC was gonna come out at 11, so there wasn't gonna be really no big moves there because we were anticipating the Fed to say fucking bad news. So we were looking forward to Nvidia. Nvidia came out, good news, nothing fucking crazy. So now, what the market is, now that all that moved out of the way, it was the whole war. And what a coincidence that on Monday, they tweet the whole tweet about, hey, I think I want, I was gonna get ready to bomb these guys, but so and so stopped me. But you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna give him a couple of days. I'm gonna give him 6, 7. I'm gonna give him 2, 3 days. And if blah blah blah, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen is we were gonna anticipate this data, depending if it's good or bad. We're still gonna move that out of the way. We're still gonna close near all-time highs for the S&P. Um, that way they can still brag on Monday. But if most likely not gonna happen on Friday today, the agreement not gonna happen today, and then we're gonna push this to the weekend again because we're insulting them. We're coming out with like, oh yeah, we're still not we. He is still so arrogant in cameras instead of making it seem like not making them look like they're fucking desperate. Oh yeah, they're so desperate to make a deal with me. We're gonna make a deal. They're so desperate. They're just not. You really how the fuck would I want to work on deal with you when you're fucking making me look like a fucking little bitch in the cameras? So I don't know how these people would agree with this guy. I don't know how the fuck after getting talked down on from this guy for so long, these countries are gonna be Iran's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right, bro. I am desperate as fuck. Let's make a deal, buddy. Even though you told that to the whole world, let's make a deal this Friday. So I believe they're gonna push us to the weekend, and it's not gonna fucking work. But it's Memorial Day, so something's gonna happen, or you're gonna look like a fool on Memorial Day. You're gonna look like a fool because you're gonna go back. You were telling everybody that the talks were on the way, progress, and this is that, and you're gonna bomb it on Monday, but you're not. So now on Memorial Day, if it doesn't happen, if the agreement doesn't happen over this weekend, on Memorial Day, you're gonna either attack them so you can be like, you saw that USA. You saw how I attacked Iran because you don't mess with us. You don't mess with the United States and blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna make a deal like da, 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 da. You don't play that sort of shit, and it's gonna like make the market go down. But then we got data tomorrow. I mean next week we got GDP, we got PCE. Let me show you. Let me show you what's. Let me show you what's up. So I'm gonna get. First of all, let me go to a forward candle. And this and also the market's not moving either because we got rejected. We didn't like the deal, or because again Trump is gonna mention this till fucking evening. So there's no reason why the S&P is gonna break its all-time high. That's why I didn't make a move. I was like, I made a dumbass move by waking up in the morning late as fuck, seeing the S&P. Let me go to the 10 minutes. So right here, there's a box right here. We were inside of this box right here. And this is the 50% of this move right here, the 15 Fibonacci. It's right here. From the original move from here to here, 50% was right here. After that, after it came down and touched that 50, my dumbass went on the options in here. Oh look, the market it's 630, 635. The market's gonna go up six. So I went for options for a buy and didn't wait for that pullback. 7 out of fucking 10 times the S&P will have this early pullback and then bounce back up and then continue going. But since I knew that this was the last psychological, this was the last fucking daily resistance that we had right here at 7,505, I knew that it wasn't gonna be that easy. We need to get some like a tweet from the big guy saying, "Hey guys, Iran is looks like they agreed or they sent a pretty blah 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 some really bullshit to move the market up." Since we didn't get that, and we're coming to the end of a 4-hour candle, and we're coming now to your 11:45, 12:30. 11:45, 12:30 need to meet do that move. It need a strong candle. This will just tell me, oh no, we're not gonna go up. We're gonna stay here. We're not gonna wait for Trump to announce his bullshit. If it's bad, we're gonna come back down and close here at 2 in the morning. And then depending what he says in the evening, and then if we going back into fucking okay, we're gonna go back into war, and over the weekend, hopefully the deal happens. Then we're gonna either depending how the deal went, we're gonna see the S&P open higher over here again, or we're gonna see the S&P fucking open even lower. For example, if we close here, we may open down here. If we close here, we may down open somewhere here for the bad news. And again, we'll get trapped in this area again, not breaking the all-time high. And then with tomorrow, with next week's data, GDP, all this shit put together, plus the war, plus yield, plus watch. So, anyways, I'm gonna update ChatGPT, but that's why I was like, no, we're not gonna break from here. If Trump's gonna announce this shit after the market closes, markets aren't stupid, institutions aren't stupid to be like, oh yeah, you guys, let's go up from here. He's gonna say yes. He hasn't fucking flip flopped so many fucking times. I'm sure he's gonna fucking come to agreement this time. So there's no fucking reason why the S&P would be fucking flying right now, breaking and shit, going high as fuck right now. No, it's gonna fucking retrace, wait, be smart about it. If you know fucking the new guy is easy to fucking read. All right, so let's get this shit right here. Normally I wait for the week for the market to be over. That way I'll get next week plus pretty much the next 2 weeks. So I'll just get, for now, since the market hasn't closed, I still got this week and next week. But once the market closes, I'll be able to get the next 2 weeks. So which will be this week coming up and the one after that. So what I'm gonna do is ChatGPT already knows that I want to know ahead what investors are gonna pay attention to besides the war, how the war ends on Sunday or today. What are investors looking for next week that is gonna, because those days is when the market, even though we're dropping a day before the data comes out that's really important, the market will start recovering. Europe will start bringing it up. So anyways, these big events that are happening are very important because this is what the Fed pays attention to. They tell you we're data dependent, labor data dependent. So if they're giving you what time the data and labor data is coming out, you go to ChatGPT, you tell it, hey, rank me this. It already knows, rank me this, tell me what's the sentiment, put it all put it up. It already knows what the fuck I want. So watch what happens when I do this shit. And here's last week's data. June 1st. Oh, my dumb. Wait, no. Okay, this is the next. This is the last week right here. Oh, we already into the next week. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're already into the next week. Monday we're closed, so it's gonna be very fucking interesting because we're gonna have 2 days of pretty much nothing. Yeah, we got consumer confidence, but and then how? Oh, it's gonna be fucking interesting how it's gonna play out, especially how the market end up fucking pulling back and waiting for the real fucking announcement later on. Ah, it's gonna be fucking interesting, yo. Ah, it's gonna be fucking interesting. So now what I can do is I'm gonna put both of this data together. Oh, there's the last week with that much fucking data and with that much fragment of the whole peaking in we're in all time highs. Oof. Mm, okay, so this is what I'm doing. I uploaded my last prompt that I got, which was this one right here. And all this shit, it's all the way down. Take a screenshots, president schedule for the week and everything. Starts putting it for me. The more I start giving it more data, more screenshots and whatnot, as then starts giving more. Here's a MACD along with the schedule for the economic calendar. So then starts putting that together. I also tell it to give me the Asia going into Europe. So it starts putting everything together. It starts telling me, hey, this is more important because so and so, this is and that. So I got my last prompt that I just fucking did right now for today, and I'm gonna combine that with today's the next 2 weeks calendar, economic calendars. So watch. Mm, 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 mm. So let me make what the fuck did I go? There you go. Come on, buddy. Come on. All the way down. Fuck. There you go. All right. So I got this last prompt that I got. So I got this. And then I'm gonna all right, so I got that plus oh damn it. Plus this. Go to here. Combine it together. See what it gives me. The market is now transitioning away from just around headlines, Fed transitioning risk, immediate inflation fears, and towards the next major macro inflation versus this upcoming week is extremely important because investors are trying to answer one core question. Is the economy slowing enough to cool inflation, or is inflation staying too high while growth weakening underneath? This is now the main market theme. Your prior noon power hour structure will apply here because the same fear continues building. Stagflation, sticky inflation plus weakening growth quality. The most important thing investors are watching next is clean, organized investor checklist. Category 1, PC inflation report, Friday. This is the biggest economic report next week. Why? Because PC is the Federal Reserve, which we got new uh, Fed chairman, Kevin Warsh. So, um, and after hotter PCE, hotter PPI, rising oil prices, and supply chain fears, markets are terrified inflation may stay elevated longer. Expectations. This is very important because year over year inflation is expected to rise again. Sheesh. Underlying inflation is still expected to remain sticky. Why does the important matter so much? If PCE comes in hotter, yields likely spike, Fed hike fears increase, Nasdaq likely face pressure, and markets may fully abandon 2000 rate cuts hopes. But if inflation cools, markets may rally aggressively. Labor market, this economy weakening underneath. This becomes the second major focus. More important, labor report, Friday, June 5th, employment report. Manufacturing, until next week, employment report, June 1st. And also, it matters what and how the war is. So let's find out. Let's find out supposedly why this war is. See why the market is going down. It's going down because that's what it's supposed to do. Since it's the last hour, your 11:45, 12:30 is when the market finally goes for the move. Since 11 didn't do it and 12 didn't do it, and that's your sweet spot, it's a no-brainer that we're gonna then pull back. Like I said, we're gonna close here at 2. We're gonna bullshit and close here at 2. And if the worst, we're gonna come down and close here at 2. And then over the weekend, it's gonna be, yay, we made a deal, and go back above 7,485. Oh fuck, we're going to war, and open somewhere at 7,454. That's exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna open somewhere here for bad news, and we're gonna open up here for good news, and we're gonna close here at 2 p.m. at 7,476, or somewhere at 7,467. And then let's find out what's going on with the market right now. This pretty much is. This is where the market is going up, not because of anything fucking else. Afternoon institution buying has broad sectors trading in the green. Yep, putting S&P pays longest weekly. Yeah, fuck the crude oil. No, I don't give a fuck. Why is no? It's not that. I want more details. See, they're gonna tell you you're gonna. I'm gonna get more of this bullshit, more of these, more of these. S&P closes high due to good news from tech and blah 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 and all this shit. So let me take this shit right here. So I pretty much just copy this. No, where's that? This on ChatGPT instead of taking all the bullshit out and just give me, the facts real quick. Middle East peace talk progress. U.S. Iran talk showed more progress. We showed what's the progress? You know how many fucking times they've been mentioning that shit over and over and over this whole fucking month? Oh, there's progress. There's progress. Hey, by the way, we've been having progress with the talks. Strong earnings recent companies. They weren't fucking really that crazy, but we had good earnings. And simple read, the market is acting like war risk is easing. Earnings are strong, yields are calming down, so buyers are still in control. Hey, yeah, this fucking market is so manipulated. We got so many fucking bad news. There you go. See, once Ethereum breaks that, you'll see Bitcoin go down even more stronger. And this is telling me that we're not gonna have a deal today. I should have gone on the trade. So that's why I pay attention to Ethereum. I was telling the homie this. Hey, look, Ethereum and XRP are doing this. They're telling me now that this deal isn't gonna adapt. Notice. Look how Ethereum drops first, while S&P is still holding high. Ethereum's already at the support again, the main area. Already telling you, hey, we're about to go down. S&P goes down. My bad, let me take this shit out. S&P goes down, and then Ethereum goes down even more harder. Money right here. Fucking shit. I was too stuck fucking watching this shit. God. But I'm right. I'm fucking right. XRP saying XRP was doing it earlier. Here's the foundation. And we started dropping down since the morning. I was like, oh shit, this is bad. Are we gonna start dropping? And then bam, look. 11 at 11 and already started breaking it. And then here comes 12. And then as the deal doesn't come through, and then it come down even more. And then I knew it. The whole thing over the weekend is, are we gonna make it or not? Are we gonna go about? Are we gonna go? Are we gonna get back inside? That's gonna be the goal. You're gonna see Ethereum should close inside of this box here, and then over the weekend it's gonna be, are we gonna get back inside? And if we get bad news of the war, it's gonna keep on dropping and be somewhere down here. And there's a monthly uptrend right here too. I was wondering if this play was gonna happen the way I thought it was gonna fucking play out, and it did fucking happen. Fucking shit, I'm good. Same with Bitcoin. And I mentioned in my videos, hey, look, pay attention to Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP, because it tell you if the market is gonna go or isn't gonna go. Look where Ethereum was at. I was saying Ethereum is right above a 50 weekly Fibonacci. On top of that is above a 3 monthly support. On top of that, we're coming to the agreement of a war. If S&P starts pulling back down, then from here, and especially if Ethereum where it's at, it's gonna start breaking that now because the S&P and crypto in general, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP are synchronized to the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and they react at the same times. And it's just that crypto shows you earlier of the move that's happening, that of the wave that's coming. It's a kind of like a when there's an earthquake, the tsunami coming, those little small waves when the water pulls back. That's what Ethereum is. Ethereum and Bitcoin give you the signs first, and then once S&P reacts, it fucking goes. Then the wave comes. So that's why I like to pay attention to Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin, because especially the way I can correlate them together and how I can see how they are connected and how if this will move this way, how the domino effect, or it's like a string. You know, you move this string, it'll move that leverage, or it'll make it. I know it sounds stupid as fuck right now for people who are watching this shit or what the guy's even talking about, but if you pay attention to my videos, I'll be breaking down or explaining, hey, look, Bitcoin is looking like this and this. So now they're gonna tell you that Bitcoin went down because of fears, because of so and so. Somebody sold this, blah 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 blah. But it's all connected to the S&P 500. It's all connected to the Nasdaq. We manipulate Bitcoin and the S&P 500. What a coincidence that it started falling at the same fucking time. What a coincidence that Ethereum was telling you, hey bro, we're good. And I'm telling you this, once you see Ethereum, and I said in my video, in my last video, I said, there's Ethereum right here. I said, once we start breaking this weekly and we start going to this area right here, this tells me that we're getting bad news, especially when we lose this center box and we start going to the bottom. But especially coming down here, we break this. I said we break this. Notice the support. We break this and we get onto here. That's telling me that S&P is gonna have a pullback, or that's telling me that the war deal is gonna happen. And then over the weekend, from Friday to Sunday, is it, oh shit, they're gonna push the deal, the war bullshit over the weekend. So it's gonna be, then the market, Ethereum and Bitcoin are gonna pull back, and then the whole thing is, are they gonna go above the weekend? Meaning the deal, they made some sort of agreement or some sort of agreement to not keep bombing each other, but just like the whole, hey you guys, so I'm gonna give him one more week, that whole fucking bullshit. Otherwise, if this is more serious, you're gonna see Ethereum start breaking this monthly right here and get into the next block, which is gonna be from 2058 to 2012, which is gonna be testing a monthly trend line. So this monthly trend line comes from all the way from down here, stretch it out, and that's where we are right now. So also the fact that we're coming to the bottom of this right here. Shish. So this is very important. If this week we close below 2,105, that's telling me that S&P is gonna have some sort of pullback. Or with this next week data, we're gonna get bad news enough for the market to recover, and it depends on the war too. If they gotta be done for this war, otherwise every time we get data it doesn't really matter because we still got the war. So we could get some good news on Wednesday of next week, and then Thursday we could they can bomb somebody or we bomb them, and then the market pulls down because they just threaten us to bomb so and so. So unless we get this fucking war clear out, it's gonna be very volatile market. But so far this market is telling me that either next week, if we close down, we're gonna close down here. If next week we don't get good news to pull us back above 2,800, it's gonna be a month. We're gonna close a month next week. So this month needs to fucking pull back above this to be bullish. We close this month below this. Oh my gosh, that's why I like paying attention to Ethereum and Bitcoin. They tell me what's the setup, what's going on, especially knowing the fact that they give you the next 2 weeks economic data, and you can use ChatGPT to then tell it, hey, rank it and tell me which of this the market's gonna pay attention to and how it's gonna affect the market and why and how it's gonna affect rate rate cuts and all this. Then ChatGPT is like, okay, cool. Oh, so you okay, cool, cool, and then you can sort of see like how the market could move because of it's fucking weird. It's okay. I'm weird as fuck. I know. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, we should stop right here. We should stop right here, and then over the weekend it's gonna be can we make it back? Can we make it back above this, or are we go still into war and it's gonna come back down? And Sunday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, keep on going down, or if we keep on going down from Friday to Saturday morning, as tell me we didn't work this whole progress isn't going so progress and we're getting some delays because of the war, because of not agreeing with this, because of not agreeing with that. Otherwise, we're gonna close here and then start, rising on hopes and tweets of, hey, yeah, it's coming through. Hey, actually, we're gonna push it to the weekend, but things are going good so far. It's just on their end, it's just some things that they didn't like. So over the weekend, we're gonna go over it and we should be coming to an agreement, sort of shit. And then Bitcoin is coming to a 50, daily 50. It's gonna be interesting. And we're coming to the end of the month too. It's gonna be interesting. We did a double top too. That's what I was looking at. I was like, yo, we did a double top. So either what is gonna happen? We're gonna come back down, bullshit, and then recover and go back up, or we're gonna come back down and maybe not even down. Maybe we can just be here and then with next week keep on going up. But if this war keeps going, we're gonna come back down. Bullshit here. Is the market gonna drop? Are we gonna make it? Is that it for the market? Recession, recession. And we're gonna start falling down. And then there's gonna be your next sweet spot to catch for a buy or sell. And then there's gonna be your last next squeeze time because you're already forming the M. You already fucking made the move. Now it's whatever's gonna happen this next week, the beginning of June-ish, we're either gonna go back down and start dropping because of bad inflation data, blah 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 blah, or we're gonna again maintain this island, floating island. This is a floating island right here. Yep. See a double top. Not as clear, but you see how the Nasdaq gives you that more clear double top, whereas like the S&P doesn't, but it's still the same fucking shit. Depending on how it went with this deal, we're gonna close here over the weekend, open bullish, and start going and fighting it and whatnot, or we're gonna get bad news, pull back 50, maybe 65, touch that 50% Fibonacci, and then go back up, or fail and bullshit, or be in this area right here. At least we actually have structure and we don't have fucking wicks. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like something like this, especially having breaking the structure of it by having something like this done. And this was October 2025. This way announced, hey, we're opening the government again. But guess what? You have a whole fucking month of bad news, and you think they're gonna throw that bad news and just throw it one fucking day? If they would have released that data from October, the market would have jumped like crazy. So they had to sprinkle it all over on certain days with other data, and they know how it's gonna react because they already seen it. The market is not stupid. It's not just gonna throw random data wherever. Yeah, you see how it doesn't want to close break that. So like I said, we're gonna close either somewhere here, and the worst scenario was gonna be down here. And over the weekend, on Sunday, on futures, we're gonna open somewhere over here for yay hooray, or we're gonna open down here for holy fuck, we're still into fucking war. All right. This is Brian Seacrest signing.